I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
인스티튜트 하대라. 인스티튜트. 아이고 발음이 참 힘드네요.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy. And our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
파드라는 사람이 내 아들을 찾으세요라고 말을 하네요.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
널 찾아 헤맸다.
Sean, I've been looking for you for so
Who
long.
are you?
내가 내 아빠란다.
Sean, it's me.
Father,
I'm your dad.
what's going on? What's happening?
아빠가 왔단다.
Yes, it's me, your dad. I'm
What's
here,
going on?
Sean.
Father? Father!
뭘 원하는 거니? 아니다. 문 열어.
Sean, open the door.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here. Help me!
션, 파더가 누구니?
Who is Father? Where is he?
Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
네가 파더니?
Father? That's your name, your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute, just as you mean to your son, to Sean.
내 아들은 어디 있지?
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity, and it's good to finally meet you. After all this time. It's me. I am your son.
네가 내 아들이라고? 어떻게?
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the sun. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. Here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
그럴 리 없어.
It wasn't right, what they did. Taking
To
you from
you,
me
that
like
would
that.
certainly seem true. But to the Institute, it made all the sense in the world. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never scientific curiosity, and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect So they followed the best example thus far. The human being, walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
인간 신스라고?
Human synths? Really?
Human-like synths. A great distinction. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above. Members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. The Institute found me after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell. I was exactly in the Commonwealth. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
긴 세월이 흘렀구나.
60 years. So much time. Wasted.
I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
그러면 켈로그는 뭐니?
He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
그를 이용한 거야?
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge, to ease your mind.
너의 엄마.
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
엄마는 널 사랑하셨어.
Sean, she loved you so much.
I have no doubt. I'm afraid I have very little experience with those emotions. Having lived my life within For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that, with old age comes regret. and asking what if more often. What matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
그러면은 인스튜드에 대한 모든 걸 얘기해 줄 수 있어?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
근데 왜 하필 너야?
But director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position. Obviously. I've lived my life within these walls, dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
여기에 머무라는 거니?
You want me to stay here? In the Institute?
Yes, that is what I propose. Is it so hard to imagine? The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like.
인스튜드는
I
깨끗하고
assure you that you
깨끗한
are
물이
better off with
나오고
us.
뭐 살기에는 적합하겠죠. 사람들 저버리라고?
How can you say that? How can you be so dismissive of all those people? Everything they've
Because
done.
it is the simple truth. And I believe you know it too. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
진심이니?
Sure you want this?
Yes, I am. It would benefit us both to work together.
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ao in SRB, Dr. Holdren and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
지도 갱신됨.
This a clean floor. Are your visual receptors malfunctioning? Can you not see the grime and dust? Don't make excuses. You're clearly defective, and I intend to report this. Perhaps after you've been disassembled, we can use your components to make something that's actually useful.
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
So you're father's father, but he's older than you. That's weird.
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
I know you'll achieve great things here. We all do.
세상에 이런 일이 9번째.
Excellent.
반려견이 받는 피해량이 영구적으로 10% 감소합니다네요.
Huh?
Is it true food supplement 77 has been discontinued? That is correct. That was my favorite one. Can't we keep it? I will be happy.
Reporting status. All functions normal.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
This is day 8 of Trial 6. The last week has been very productive but exhausting. I think we'll need a break after this. Renee has done some really marvelous work with the personality mesh. It's almost too good. The responses map almost identically to expectations. Some of the most lifelike I've seen. Of course, it's not really Sean. None of his memories are in there. That, even now, would be a step too far. It's starting to have an effect on the team, I think. I know I've been caught up in the moment once or twice, just a second or two, forgetting that he's not a real boy. Still, I think we'll need to consider restricting him to the lab only for the moment. I'm well aware that others are put off by his presence. If I were slightly more arrogant, I might consider that a sign of success.
Doctor.
Oh, it's you. You're not authorized to be here. Where are you going? I thought you wanted to talk. Oh, it's you. You're not authorized to be here.
Authorized to be where? What is this place?
You're standing in the Advanced Systems Division, and you are not a part of my staff. If you want a tour of the place, why don't you ask Father, seeing that he's apparently given you the keys to the castle. Now, can I get back to work?
진정하세요.
Easy. I just want to talk.
About what? You're obviously here for a reason, and you've already spoiled my experiment, so you might as well spit it out.
왜 그렇게 생각해? 박사님을 찾으려고 보냈습니다.
Let's just say that you've regained the attention of a certain group that I represent.
Stop beating around the bush. It's obvious that you're from the Brotherhood of Steel. I knew it was just a matter of time before your people would track me down. I've been looking over my shoulder for almost a decade, waiting for them to send someone like you to kill me.
왜 죽이겠어요?
Why would we want you dead?
I did some pretty sensitive work for the Brotherhood of Steel. Even though Lions let me go, there were a few others in the ranks that thought I knew too much. That's why I came to the Institute. It was the only place that I thought I'd be out of the Brotherhood's reach and still be able to do my research. Since Father trusts you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I might not agree with everything he says, but I know he'd never allow harm to come my way. Say what you came here to say, and then leave me alone.
브라더후드로 돌아가.
You should return to the Brotherhood.
Even if I wanted to return to them, why would they want me back?
버려진 프로젝트.
Did you abandon any projects you wanted to complete?
You should know better than to ask me that. If they didn't tell you what I was working on, they didn't want you to know. I'm certainly not going to put my neck on the line and spread their dirty little secrets. Tell me something. Why would I possibly want to come crawling back to the Brotherhood? What reason would I have to throw away everything I've accomplished here?
Father trusts me, and so should you.
He trusts you because you're family. I'm not. I can't just take your word for it. I need more than that.
무엇을 하면 되지?
I give up. What would it take to convince you?
All right, I'll play your game. I had a colleague down here, a Dr. Virgil. Several months ago, there was an accident in his lab, and he was killed. I wanted to help with the investigation, but Father had the laboratory sealed, saying that it was contaminated. The incident never sat right with me. The more I asked about it, the more I felt like Father was deflecting my questions. If you bring me solid information on what killed him, I'll take it as a favor from the Brotherhood.
이 박사는
Do we have a deal?
버질이 죽었다고 생각하고 있는 모양이네요. 버질은 아직 살아있다.
I know this may come as a shock, but Dr. Virgil is still alive. I met him myself.
Oh, please. Do you really think a cheap tactic like that is going to work on someone like me? Stop trying to avoid the legwork by lying. Either you get me the evidence, or we have nothing else to talk about. Deal?
다른 방법은 없나?
Are there any other options?
That's my offer. Take it or leave it.
Deal.
All right. Dr. Virgil's lab was in the Biosciences Division. I can give you a code that will get you into the section, but the lab itself has been sealed, so you'll have to breach it on your own. I'd tell you to be quiet about it, but your Brotherhood and discretion isn't exactly your strong suit. And finally, if you get caught, we never had this conversation. Now, for the sake of keeping up appearances, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
이건 뭐 하는 거죠?
A courser chip? What's it do?
The same thing it does for our coursers. Creates a link to the relay that allows them, and now you, to get in and out at will. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Speaking of, I trust our discussion will remain between the two of us. Now, I need to get back to work, and I'm sure you have other things to do.
When are you going to tell me about this mysterious phase 3?
No, I can't talk about that.
Have you had time to examine my latest reports on batch 274? Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at war. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side. I wonder how the war with
Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing promising results.
Remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think? I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves. These people are the last remnants of a dying past.
누굴 만나라는 얘기?
Well, there's still people, and they're suffering. We can at least admit that. It's regrettable. After all, how can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity? Well, that's a question best left to our colleagues in the robotics. Yes, well, I suppose you're right.
아, 잠깐만. 이거 그건 같은데. 있네. 내부의 동물.
Yes. Got it.
저거를 쉽게 잡으려고 하면은
Fucking cow!
Detected.
터지니? 터질 것 같은데. 터지네. 자, 됐고. 미경.
Nice. That's it. There we go.
와우. 굽네.
Personal record. Dr. Brian Virgil. This will likely be my last recording. My requests to shut down the FEV program have repeatedly been denied. We've learned nothing useful in the last 10 years. Why does Father insist on continuing? He won't see reason. And I have to take matters into my own hands. What we're doing what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'll leave, have a plan. And if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the Corsairs can find me. Everything that we've done. The lives we've taken. If there is a God, may he have mercy on us all.
아직 못 나가네.
We're all looking forward to working with you.
Excuse me, Dr. Lee?
Took you long enough to find that evidence. Let me see what you've got.
How do I know you'll honor our agreement?
I never promised I'd return to the Brotherhood. I said I would consider it. You're just going to have to trust me. If the Brotherhood didn't, they wouldn't have risked sending you to find me in the first place. Now hand it over.
Here you go.
A holotape? This better not be a waste of my time. They lied to me. They lied to me, and I didn't even realize how far it went. All those years of loyalty. For nothing.
Is this enough to convince you?
More than enough. I came to the Institute to get away from the Brotherhood. From the whole world. I just wanted to do my research in peace. Father took me in and gave me access to cutting-edge technology that I only dreamed existed. I became jaded. I thought that the Institute cared, that they wanted to better mankind. Maybe in their own twisted way. But now I realize if you can't trust the people you're working for, then it's all pointless. If they lied about Dr. Virgil, who knows what else they've been lying about? Or what their plans are for my work. I'll make my way back to the Brotherhood. But I'm going to have to do it on my own. I can't take any chances being seen with you. Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr. Madison Lee.
It's really exciting having
설득은 했고요.
you here. I can't wait to see what you can do.
No visible reaction to the K-14. You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is totally unacceptable.
I'll pass along your message, Doctor.
See that you do.
It's an honor to meet you, sir. You can return to your duties and remember to record every symptom you experience.
I hope I'll... Operating at full capacity.
Glad you made it.
Robotics to knock some heads together. They're dragging their feet on the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me.
Always be vigilant.
Please don't.
We have many enemies.
There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other
You going
departments.
soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see. If you see any suspicious synth activity, report it immediately.
Hi, Doc.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity.
I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
No problems here.
Good to hear. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the synth retention here. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are... But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
Why does it matter?
If there is some defect in Courser combat programming, then it must be identified and corrected. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have... Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
If you're the acting head of the SRB, who were you filling in for?
Dr. Zimmer holds that position. He's supervising the retrieval of some of the more high profile. In his absence, I keep things running smoothly.
지금 너무 무겁다고 하네요. 정도만 줄이면 되겠네요. 뭐가 없었나 했던
Subject identified.
All systems nominal.
The latest synth generation is just amazing. Those guys in robotics are working miracles.
Doctor.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
Like what?
I was just about to explain that. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of studies such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
진짜 고릴라가 아니라고?
The gorillas are synths too?
They are indeed. Judging by your reaction, we've done a good job making them seem lifelike. The initiative is still in its early stages, but the prospects are very exciting. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is, but I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but I'd like to give it a try.
Great. I was hoping you'd say that. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Take care, then.
Excuse me.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase out on these older models can't come soon enough.
I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3
There we
roll
go.
out.
All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
ma'am.
Thanks again.
Of course.
The Institute is my life. I hope it'll be yours too.
Nothing to report, sir.
Hey, Doc.
They weren't kidding.
Just remarkable.
You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much. I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Yeah. I'll give you a quick rundown of the Facilities Division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these
아들하고의
walls
시간을
that
보낸
recycles
적이
the
없는데
air and
훌륭하게
water,
자라는
and provides
모습을
power to the
보면
laboratories. The work we do might
좋다고.
not be as exciting
그건
as some of the
아니지.
other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
On board with what?
The Institute, of course. Sean implied you operated on a level, if not equal, and at least similar to the rest of us. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Goodbye, then.
Father has done remarkable things. I would not exist were it not for him.
이제 나갈 수 있는